Hello, Tutor Angie Lorena. We are 87 group, and we're going to talk about the documentary 15 years after 9/11. The participants in this meeting are Juan Rivera, Maylin Quiroga, Mariana Olave, and me, Diana May. Let's start with the first question. Have Americans overcome the 9/11 events? It has been a hard process to overcome, although few people have overcome that fateful event. Most people suffer a psychological trauma because they live thinking that a horrible attack coming back since 9/11. So people change their mindset. Before they feel calm, but people are on edge. Also, the world feels that because USA is the leading country in the world, threats against USA are threats against the world. Even families and people affected have not been able to overcome the experience in their minds. Mariana, please.
Okay, my opinion is that Americans have not overcome the event of 9/11 because in the interview he said that everything has changed since that day.
Marilyn?
Okay, they have not overcome the events, since it is something that has marked their life, but they have learned to live with it. They have felt fear, they feel insecure, but they also have hope and the world will end.
Juan?
For me, Americans have not overcome these events because they have been very terrifying moments for them. Because of the human lives that were lost in the shock of the situation, it's very difficult not to feel pain and fear for them.
Marilyn, can you read the question number two, please?
Okay. Are Americans still concerned about terrorist threats? Some of the people interviewed were soldiers who have seen the 9/11 attack. Others were victims of the war. I think that the American worried about terrorist threats, but despite this, they have overcome the fear of being targeted again. They have overcome and learned to live with it, hoping that there will be peace again.
Juan?
And of course, they remain in fear that it will happen again, since it is an imminent threat.
Yes, of course. After 9/11, people believe they are vulnerable from attack. The safety isn't the same. Danger is possible in their lives. Danger was something that didn't exist in American land. I think all 1911 each year, for example, they feel afraid. Mariana?
Okay, yes, Americans are still worried about terrorist threats, saying they are still on the ears on the new attack.
Juan, question number three, please.
How have Muslims and Americans' lives changed after the 9/11 events? And after the attacks, Muslims have been radicalized, raising racism because of the fear and hatred caused by the Taliban until these days.
American society lived secure, but now about half of all Americans generalize and they associate the terrorists with the Muslims and Arabs. Thus, prejudice and discrimination towards Muslims increased in the wake of the 9/11. Muslims are still discriminated against in American society. They are seen as danger, and for that reason, they have felt marginalized. So 15 years after, Muslims are still being arrested only on suspicion for a for an unsuppressed fear. Americans are divided about those issues. Mariana.
Okay, American lie fear because don't know if the illness or are going to the cause another attacks.
Marilyn.
There is more discrimination towards Muslims. They have felt marginalized. They feel sick and tired because the community continue to debate attack, despite the fact that 15 years have passed since 9/11. Americans continue to view the community with fear, both feel threatened, but the others on the other side of American society is totally divided. The Americans have become more patriotic since the attack.
Mariana, can you read the question number 4, please?
Okay, what is the American government doing to reduce the threat feelings of the community? Okay, is the community the government? Sorry, this the government is providing humans all on the all community in a specific New York in the underside.
Okay. Juan.
After the attack, the U.S. Army arrived in Afghanistan and Iraq to reduce the Taliban government. They made bases to keep terrorists at bay and prevent future threats, and they even reinforced the security of the country.
Marilyn.
They have invested more in security, creating strategies in which they identified terrorist groups, done an analysis on the ad.
Okay. American government invaded Iraq with military intervention as a strategy, pay millions of dollars in equipment and have safe war by the oceans, allies to the north and to the south. Question number 5, Juan.
What is the opinion of some politicians about war after 9/11 events? Some politicians talk about the radical decision to invade these countries. Since the war is very expensive, but it was a price that USA decided to pay despite the lives of the soldiers and the investment of a lot of money. On the other hand, the different conspiracies of the subtract resources from these countries for the benefit of USA.
Mariana.
Okay, that is what readings of the United States government is the dollars, $10 on the human life in this New York City.
Okay. Even if the war means that lives are lost and spending a lot of money, the country and world aren't prepared to deal with a new wave of international terrorism. Marilyn.
The retired of the militia, David Petraeus, mentioned that debate on pollution decision in the face of 9/11 attack will not be involved. Since his point of view on this is that only those who have lived the war against Iraq from their own place, he really has perspective of what it really means to the face and war. On the other hand, the father of James McNaughton and he who died in the actions, William Naughton, mentioned that due the leadership of former President Obama, in which he decided to remove the troops that were in combat. In this opinion, the walls battle was won, and that decision caused the death of the son. Okay, teacher, we have finished the meeting. We hope that this presentation could be your glad.
Thank you for your attention. Bye.
Bye.
See you.
Bye.